So we're doing the long-awaited crinkle cookies. Apologies for that freeze, everyone. Now, if my helper is in the chat, I would like the first instruction sent the way we discussed. Right now, I'm just going to unpile everything because that's my salt, that's my sugar, confectioners, vanilla, almost empty cocoa, and then full cocoa. Eggs. Hello, Edward. Alright, so sugar, cocoa, and oil together. Could you grab the, I thought this was going to be over Discord, like you messaged me thing, but anyway. Could you grab me the amounts of sugar, cocoa, and oil? I believe it's half a cup of oil. Who is it that always takes the oil and just screws the lid on really tight? Because it's not me. Alright, so I can't even get the oil open. Great start to this. Sugar open. Cocoa's pretty easy. Hey brother, can you all come open the oil? And can you two stop putting the lid on so tight? I swear, every single time I try to open that thing, one of you is just like vacuum seal it.
Alright.
It was on Discord. It was 2 cups of sugar, 1 cup of cocoa, correct? Don't ask what happened to this. It sat next to a hot pot. If it makes you more comfortable, you can send that over Discord. Hello, Maddie. Now, the reason I'm pouring the sugar over this container is that when I do that, it only rains inside of here. Can I get anything in this house that's straight? Life's doing alright. Cooking's happening. I need both hands to level this. So the trick with ingredients like this is you want to measure them over something because they're a little bit more valuable than flour. And then you put them into a separate bowl. Someone talking in my Discord. Brush that past. I'm gonna have to grab my other sugar thing. One moment, everyone. Oh, that's fresh sugar. So obviously I am spilling, and that is again why I am doing it in the bowl. Checking around it. A little bit more careful. Slowest fill of fucking cup. And another thing you want to note is I'm going to do the sugar, then the flour, and anything else that requires this cup measurement before I go for the cocoa. Because cocoa pretty much stains anything and everything you own. No, don't you dare fall on the ground. And another thing I'm going to do, because these are cookies, and typically bread's going to get mixed. Bread's fine. Soup, you don't even mix soup, really. But the thing with cookies is you like smooth cookies. Except if you're adding chips. So with this exact measurement, I'm going to put it quickly through the sifter. And sugar goes pretty easily through a sifter. There's not really any big pieces in sugar. You know, just casually using the phone to whack the thing. Everything's fine. Did I ever put green for live? Apologies for that. Anyway, pretty easy. This is just going to ensure everything's going to mix easier together. might find some of the bigger sugar chunks, but anyway, everything seems to be fine here. And before the cocoa, I'm actually going to be doing the flour, because I don't want the cocoa getting everywhere, and it will. On Discord, how much flour do I need? It was like 2 cups, right? Mistakes were made. Thank you, Cuber. Flour is white, so it doesn't have the exact same problem as cocoa, but it still does the whole fluffing thing. And it white stains anything, so I will be using a different spoon. Important thing with flour is to never pack it. Don't shake it. Don't do anything with it trying to put it into a cup. You let it sit there gently. That's because flour will pack very well, and you can immediately and accidentally end up with far more than you wanted in a recipe if you pack your flour. I'll do a quick demonstration after I finish measuring it. Here's where this is going to need 2 hands. One moment. Hi, Benji. Always need 2 hands when it starts going over the cup sides. One cup measured out, and I'm going to immediately sift it. Just because I don't have anything to trade it back and forth with. So here's the only time you shake flour, and that's because you're not packing it down or getting it to shift down to condense it. This is just very basic. And you start out with the flour like this. You know, it's a little lumpy. And the sifted, it's much more fine. It almost looks like powdered sugar. So for smoother cookies, sift your flour. It stops the issues of when you bite in and you get a little taste of flour. This really helps with mixing and for stopping those lumps. And I'm going to measure out the 2nd cup of this. Cuber, does anything else require my 1 cup measuring cup? That means anything over 1 to 2 cups. Or is it just the cocoa powder now? And for anyone wondering why you don't pack flour, it just really condenses very easily. Like 1 spoonful can get just pressed down and be 2 spoonfuls accidentally. Alright, thank you, Cuber. Now, cocoa powder acts very similarly to flour. As to where it needs a new spoon, if you pack it, you're going to get twice as much as you want, and it will lump. And as you can see by the spoon, it immediately coats it. I'm gonna have to carve it out of its container. It's been caked in here a while. As you can see, it's just caked in there. And it acts like a powder. I'm gonna need both hands to fight with this. Hello, Tiger. Good night, Benji. Opening the second one. Oh, come on. It's one of those paper lids. You know those ones you pull and they never come off clean? Hey, Boa. Alright, we have our 1 cup of coca. Hello, Soyog. Sleep well. And I'm gonna run this one through the sifter as well. As you can see, it made a little bit of a mess. I used my old sugar container to catch the extra. Because again, cocoa powder, more valuable than flour. And it stains the cup a little bit, as expected. It creates dust too. It was lumping together, so I had to move it a bit. And here you see we've been stuck with the bigger pieces. I could keep shaking them, but I'm gonna put the phone down again quick and force them through with my spoon. Hello, Kitter. So I'm gonna try and clean up my coca, as again, valuable. That means keep the sifter over it. Dust around the edge, brush it back in. Give me a moment. Coca never likes being brushed. You can see the stain marks. Alright, it was sugar, coca, and oil, correct, Cuber? Or my helper. Mix together, okay. In goes the oil. Now, I don't know about you, but I prefer to have hands on the bowl, because otherwise when I start stirring, the bowl is going to run away quite quickly. Also, does anyone have any idea what Kidder is saying? quickly wiping down the phone, trying to keep debris off of it, such as flour, coca. Actually, with this mat under it, the bowl is fine. Enough. Now, I chose the spatula that has no notch on it, simply because with something stickier like this, I'm going to want an easier clean. This one is for my dry ingredients because of the notch. Now for my eggs. Which I am probably going to need both hands for 1 second. I thought I could do the one-handed crack. Egg 1 is in. Hello, Indigo. Welcome back. That looks fully combined, so I'm going to add the second egg. Third egg in. And as I mix this third egg, friend, exactly how much vanilla extract do I need? 2 tablespoons. Thank you. Now it is a skill that I am thankfully at least slightly ambidextrous. Like, it was a skill I learned in order to forge my brother's handwriting. He'd do my math homework, I'd do his English. Often with my math, though, I'd have to rewrite it. Hi, Ryan. This is actually a viewer-suggested recipe. Chocolate crinkle cookies. I've never actually made them before. I am following the recipe by the letter. One moment. Next, for the vanilla extract, 2 tablespoons. Yeah, I don't know who added the dropper. Definitely not adding the dropper again. I'm just going to twist it off. So much easier. There we go. Alright, my assistant, what is step 2? As this is well combined, smelling strong of vanilla. Hello, Kimid. Hello, K-Gamer. Baking powder and salt. The baking powder and salt. Which one is which? I know one of them was 1 teaspoon and one's half a teaspoon. Which one is 1 teaspoon? And which one is half a teaspoon? Because it's only 2 things they could be. And hello, Handale. I had a peek at the recipe. And maybe collectively we fucked up. So I've put 2 tablespoons of vanilla extract into that mix. It said teaspoons. Two teaspoons of this, half a teaspoon of salt. So this is going to be a very interesting cookie. Hi, Nugget. I'm having a good day, even though I just put far too much vanilla extract in. Again, I have never made these cookies before. I'll probably put a repaired recipe in the description. So you have the right one. I had the wrong one. I do have an idea to slightly fix this. Hi, Bing. Okay, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, and half a teaspoon of salt is in here. I will state once more, the vanilla extract amount is 2 teaspoons, not 2 tablespoons. To put it into perspective, as shown by this glass, 2 tablespoons is 6 teaspoons. Now, assistant, it said to slowly add the dry to the wet, correct? Or is there anything else I might be missing beforehand? Hello, Ben. Thank you, Ben. I hope I can save these cookies. Alright. And then after mixing, assistant, it's just chill, right? Again, after I mix thoroughly, it's chill. Alright. So what I plan to do to fix this mixture after adding far too much vanilla extract is I'm going to actually add a little more sugar, a little more salt, a little more everything. I'm not doubling the recipe. I'm just adding. And the intention is not to get the ratios back to normal. Thank you, assistant. The intention is just to even it out a little bit more. And I'm going to add cocoa powder into the powdered sugar. Hello, Ganteg. Sorry, Lawa. So the actual recipe is going to be in the description, correct? And I'm just going to try and salvage this. As I know we do not need triple the amount of cookies. I said thank you, assistant. Thank you, Cuber. Thank you, friend. I'm going to be putting the recipe into the description. And I'm going to be modifying what I'm doing on stream to try and fix what I have done. My assistant is my assistant. If you were here, you know. If you weren't, oh well. Either way, he's been a good help. And he's not my brother. And that assistant went back upstairs. My cat is not my assistant. That's a great question, Kumar. Hi, Nakato. Actually, I might just add a little bit of each to equal it out. But I'm probably not adding any more liquids. Okay, maybe a little bit more oil. Just because this is thickening up. Now, I'm not just mixing this in. I'm doing a technique called folding. It's where you fold the batter, up, on, and over to itself. You're just folding it onto itself. It's a very gentle way to do this. And very easy to do with one hand. This bowl is migrating. There is one issue with thick cookies, though. And that is, I am not very good at stirring. When it comes to things that are thick. Like, I might have to call on help. In fact, I think that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Don't mind me for a moment, I'm going to go summon help. Because my arms are getting tired. Hey, bro! You wanna come mix chocolate cookies? Please? Bro? Okay, help is coming. I've added a little bit more of each ingredient, just to try and counteract my mistake with the vanilla extract. Brother, we talked about your stirring. I just need you to gently fold it till it's well combined. Here's my other assistant. And if it seems like there's too much dry ingredient and not enough wet, I can probably, at liberty, add another egg. Or at least an egg white. I do know how to separate the egg white from the egg yolk. It's fun. This is looking like a bread dough and not a batter. I'm going to carefully add an egg white. My brother. Brother, would you mind following me doing the separation quick?
Meow.
Where are you going with that?
I don't know.
Just fill my hands. And watch the screen to make sure it's actually filming. Now this is going to be harder. The egg yolk is entirely intact. There's no cut. And I've added egg white. Now to ensure it stays separated, I'm going to place it right there, perfectly balanced in the center, to eat later. With this other egg I'm just going to pull out. Now with egg whites, they're sometimes a little tricky, and what you're going to have to do is sometimes take them and shove them against the side of the bowl or just stab them, because you actually have to break them. They're going to try and stay together as much as possible. And once you break it, it mixes in. Nicely done, brother. And I'm going to say, since it is supposed to be a thick cookie batter, that's probably good.
Enough.
Yes. And then I get to refrigerate it for 4 hours.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be even thicker. I'm scraping this gently onto the side, and you can now see why I did not use the spatula with a notch, because I could not do this with the notch. I'd have to use my finger, and with a batter like this, that shit ain't coming off your finger. Not without you pulling away and licking. But that came pretty clean. And with that, I'm gonna let it drain down, scrape it off the edge.
Yeah.
Now here's my third assistant, and this one is mostly an emotional support assistant. Hello. Gracie, look at the camera. Good girl. Gracie. Up, up, up. Good girl. Now after I put this in the refrigerator, I'll come feed you. Good girl. Do you want to do that again? High five. Come on. Good girl. Other side. Good girl. Paw. Good girl. I'll be there in a moment, alright? Up, up, up. Good girl. Whoop. Don't fall. Alright, so on that cue, I'm going to chill this and go obey my cat. Where am I going to chill this? Does it fit there? It does. Okay. I didn't forget about you. Alright, everyone. I'll see you back here in 4 hours. Good girl. See ya. And And no, Indigo, I will not face reveal.